Am I the asshole for canceling my plane ticket? I have a best friend who lives in another state. She has a boyfriend who goes to school with us. But my best friend decided to go home for the summer, so it's just us. Her birthday is coming up and her boyfriend suggested that we fly out to go see her, which I was excited to do. We started making plans and it came time to book the tickets. None of us are rich, but they absolutely have more money than me. And it stressed me terribly to spend $500 on a ticket anywhere. I still bought it, because she is my friend and she means a lot to me. The two of them had been planning the trip without me and I was excited to see what they'd planned. Once we all got on FaceTime, I realized they planned one-on-one time every single day and I would be left in the city with no friends for hours on end. She didn't plan anything fun for just the two of us to do together. And on the first night, they planned to go on a walk together and leave me in the house with her parents and siblings who I have never met because they think the meet-up would be anticlimactic if they didn't get alone time. Needless to say, I was furious. I know I am just the friend and he is the boyfriend, so he gets more time. But at the bare minimum I expected one thing blocked off for us to do. I felt like some sort of glorified travel buddy for her boyfriend and I didn't spend $500 just to do that. After the FaceTime I wrote him a text letting them know I didn't think I was comfortable going anymore. I still planned to send my friend's birthday gift to her house. But I did not want to go on the trip any longer. She immediately began backpedaling and saying we could change the plans. And I rebutted saying she knew that I'd been coming for weeks and it just was not a priority to her to factor any time with me into her plans. I've talked to some of my friends about this and they agree, saying I shouldn't go there just to sit in a foreign city by myself. Others have said I was too harsh and should have just toughed it out. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Who would want to spend money to be a third wheel for a week? Not the asshole if you don't have it. $500 is a lot to spend on a holiday where you are going to be a third wheel. Not the asshole. Your friend and her boyfriend were treating you like a third wheel on a trip you had to pay for. Stay home and have fun. Not the asshole. Their relationship evolved and you now recognize you would be intruding and cancelled your ticket. That was the wise and mature thing to do. Not the asshole. It was the boyfriend's suggestion you go. And then they act like they don't want you there. It's weird. Save the ticket for something else. Not the asshole. Doesn't sound like any fun to me. Find another time to visit her when it's just the two of you and airfares are cheaper. Hopefully, you can get a refund on these tickets. Not the asshole. If they ask you to come to the trip, they should have included you in all the activities. Maybe take 1 or 2 outings to go alone depending on the length of the trip. It makes no sense to spend $500 on a trip just to stay at home with a bunch of strangers. Not the asshole. If they wanted alone time, they should have tagged you along. I can't imagine being okay with someone spending loads of money to see me then abandoning them with people they don't know. Not the asshole sounds like you were third wheeling, but they've kind of forced it even more. Honestly, it sounds like they didn't actually want you to come, have forced you out, and are just playing the moral high ground. Not the asshole. There's no point spending money that you need for a trip that you clearly won't enjoy. Not the asshole. You were the backup plan. Not the asshole. I wouldn't be paying $500 ticket to be the third wheel. Not the asshole. My husband and I go on trips with my best friend all the time. She has grown to be closer to my husband and we love spending time together, the three of us. I always factor in a chance for just her and I to hang out. In your situation, I could see them maybe doing a single date night or something, but to plan time every day and really force you into an awkward third wheel situation is bullshit. Not the asshole. Sounds like it wouldn't be much fun for you, and that is a lot to pay to hang out with your friends. Family. On the other hand, try not to let this ruin your friendship and just let her know there's no hard feelings, but next time, you'd rather just a trip with her and not the BF. Not the asshole. They seem selfish and inconsiderate. If you want to give them a second chance, you could say that you're canceling the ticket because it's not in your budget. I'm glad you thought to include me. But in looking at your itineraries, seems this is more of a romantic trip and I don't want to be on my own every day for hours, so I'm gonna drop out. What does toughing it out get you? You spend $500 to basically sit in someone's house with strangers. Toughing things out usually means there is a benefit somewhere in there for you. Here, there is none of that. Let the BF go. Send her a gift. Then reconnect when she comes back. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Right decision. Not the asshole. She's only backpedaling because she's not done using you. Tell her the truth. You're not a third wheel. Others have said I was too harsh and should have just toughed it out. In a situation like that, the guidance is, when in doubt, don't tough it out. Tell your idiot friends who said otherwise to go hang out with her family while the two of them screw. Not the asshole. I would do the same. She won't have to change her plans and she can prioritize what she wanted to do on her birthday. There should be little reason for her to complain about this. It's a bad idea to have her change her plans because the worst case is she is resentful towards someone who spent $500 on a flight and present. Save your money. Send her a gift and value your own worth. Be wary of suggestions made by the boyfriend in future too. Not the asshole. Spend $500 just so you can be awkward and uncomfortable. Hard pass. Wish her well and send her a present, but there is no sense in you spending money you don't have to. Be a third wheel. Not the asshole. They forgot about you. I get wanting couple time. But they completely forgot that you would still exist during that time and didn't factor you into the equation except when it was convenient. I'm not saying your friend was tar either. She just didn't think about it. But I wouldn't want to spend $500 to sit in a house full of strangers for several hours a day. Honestly, you should have been part of the planning the entire time. Good job setting boundaries. That was very mature for a 19-year-old. It would make much more sense to go at a different time than her BF, and she would get the best of both worlds anyway. If she isn't open to that, I sadly would reconsider if this really is a best friend. Why should you tough it out? There is not a good reason for it. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Someone needs to care about you and your feelings. It's a pity it's not your friend. Good self-care. Treat yourself to something and save some money. Tough it out at home with $500 in the bank. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She obviously doesn't feel you're a priority. Cancel the ticket and save the money for something else. Not the asshole. If you want to see her, go at a different time. Not the asshole. And this is a valuable life lesson: to never go on trips with only a couple. This stuff is bound to happen, especially at your age.